Okay, so let's have now composition of functions. So the composition of functions, if we have function f in such a way that a maps b and function g in such a way that b maps c, the composition function is denoted by this notation, okay? And it is defined by g composed of f of a is just equal to g of f of a such a way that every element or every a is an element of the set a. It is created when one function is substituted to other function. Okay, suppose we have f of x here and g of x as the two distinct functions. And if we're going to find for g composed of f, so ganito lang ang gagawin natin para maintindihan ninyo. Ang magiging input natin is yung function f. Ipupunta natin doon sa function na g. So, ibig sabihin kung ano yung nasa huli dito sa composition, siya yung magiging input. Okay? So, suppose we have g composed of f. So, ang gagawin po natin is to rewrite first g composed of f into g of f of x. So, meaning, yung function natin na f, yung magiging x natin. So, therefore, we're going to let 3x minus 5 as our x in g. So, kung makikita ninyo, yung x natin dito pinalitan natin ng 3x minus 5, which is the function f. So, still we have plus 10 here. Now, simplifying, then we have 3x plus 5. So, this is now our g of f. Now, suppose we have this example. So, we're going to find for f of g. So, kabaliktaran lang ng naunang example natin. So, here, ang input natin will be the function g. So, itong x plus 10, ang ipupunta naman natin doon sa x ng function f. So, we're going to substitute x into x plus 10. Okay? So, this will be our output. Then next is to simplify through distributive property. Then we'll have 3x plus 30 minus 5. And simplifying further, we have 3x plus 25. So this will be now our f of g. Now, how about if we have a notation f composed of g of 3? So meaning, we are looking into a specific value from this composition. Now, ang gagawin po natin, class, is to find first yung composition natin na f of g. Or pwede rin nakunin muna natin yung g of 3, saka natin gagawing input yon into f. Pero dito, since we have already of f of g, so ito yon, ang f composed of g natin rather is equal to 3x plus 25. Ngayon, ang x natin, okay, ay 3. So, papalitan natin yung x ng 3. So, that will be having 3 times 3 plus 25. So, therefore, simplifying further this, then we have 3 times 3, we have 9. So, plus 25. Then, yung f composed of g of 3 is equal to 34. Next, how about if we have ordered pairs? Suppose our function is this one. So we can identify that this is function because there's no repeated first element. Also in our h, we can say that this is a function because every element or every first element has no repetition. Okay? Now, if we're going to find for g composed of h of x, so ang gagawin lang natin is parang yung mga nauna examples natin. Ang titignan natin first is yung h of x. So, since we have here the first element as 5, so kukunin natin yung h of 5, which is equal to 7. Next, since 7 yung h of 5 natin, gagawin natin ito or ito yung magiging input natin doon sa g. So therefore, we have G of 7. Ngayon, titignan natin ano yung G of 7. G of 7 natin is ito. Okay? Yung magiging output niya is 8. So therefore, we have 8 here. Now, since our input is 5, then our output is 8, then we'll be having an ordered pair na 5, 8. Now, since x here is not specified, then we're going to proceed to the next ordered pair here, which is 3. So, h of 3 is equal to 5. Then, titignan natin yung 5 magiging input natin dito sa G. So, that's why we have 3. So, therefore, we have an ordered pair 3, 3. Next is, of course, 7. H of 7 is 9. And then we have G of 9 equals 8. So, therefore, we have 7 and 8. Lastly, we have 9, or H of 9 is equal to 11. Then G of 11 is equal to 4. So that's why we have another pair, which is 9, 4. Now, the final answer would be the composition of G and H of X is equal to 5, 8, 3, 3, 7, 8, and 9, 4. Now, let's proceed to the last example. So, suppose we have set A, whose elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, set B, A, B, C, and set C, W, X, Y, Z, and given by the function F, okay, and the function G. Now, if we're going to ask by question, find the G of F of 1. So, alam na natin yung gagawin natin. Of course, to find first F of 1. So, ano nga ba ang F of 1 natin? Ang F of 1 natin is, we're going to start from 1. Then, yung output niya is A. So, itong A yung magiging input natin dun sa G. And the output is X. So, therefore, we have 1X. Next, G of F, or G composed of F of 4. Now, 4 will be our input to F. So, we're going to have an output of C, and C as the input of G, then the output would be Y. So, that's why we have 4Y. Lastly, if we're going to have F composed of G of C, so meaning we're going to look first at G. So, our input is C. So, the output for G of C is Y. Then, if we're going to look at F, there's no Y. So, that is why it is an empty relation or empty set. Therefore, this composition of function is an empty relation. So, that ends our topic for the composition of functions. Thank you for listening. God bless.